Kids WB Saturdays here on Go, where Croft and I are very excited about our next guest, who about a year ago, almost exactly a year ago, headed off on an amazing adventure to help save the orangutan.
Into the jungle.
Into the jungle. Now, I'd love to talk about her, but I don't think there's any point us doing that. Let's talk to her instead. Please welcome Lara Shannon.
Hello, Lara.
Hey.
Welcome to Kids WB.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Nice to meet you, Shane.
Croft's not actually an orangutan, he just sometimes looks like one.
It's a bit of a change to the jungle.
It is. It's, yeah, not so hot and sweaty.
It does have some weird animals, though.
Hey, tell us about your amazing adventure.
Well, it was probably one of the toughest things I've ever done in my life, but equally one of the most rewarding. We spent 25 days crossing from one side of Borneo to another, east to west Kalimantan. So we covered off to about 2,000 kilometres, I think. So I had pretty sore feet by the end of it.
And what made you want to do this?
Well, I'd always loved orangutans. Like 20 years ago, I saw a film about them and I decided, that's it, I want to make a difference. So I went off and ended up working for a number of environment groups over the years. And then I went and did a story about this Trans Borneo challenge. And I was like, well, maybe I should go along
absolutely.
Take a film crew and make a documentary about it.
So are you like the female version of Bear Grylls? Is that what you are? Or are you someone who loves to go camping and live in the bush?
Or were you freaking out with the leeches and the snakes?
Yeah.
So I've been to the Amazon and I freaked out a bit because there was lots of slimy things going around. I just wanted to go to a hotel room. So how do you cope with all that?
Look, it really wasn't my thing. I have since become a bit of a camper. You know, I was a city chick. I love the outdoors, but putting myself in the jungle was pretty frightening and I was a bit scared about what was to come. Everyone said the heat was going to get me, and the heat was the easy part. It was just all the creepy crawlies, and I'm pretty clumsy as well, so I was a bit worried about having to scale rocks and mountains.
And it's called the Trans Borneo Challenge. Now, what does it actually do? How does it help the orangutans, and what is the purpose of it?
Okay, so this was the second year that we joined in, so it's a fundraiser really. People can sign up to go along, and the money helps support the Orangutan Project, which runs a lot of conservation groups on the ground. So it's about raising awareness as well as raising funds for the orangutans. And, you know, it really is one of those life-changing journeys for anyone that wants to take part.
So where did you camp? Did you, like, just have to get some sticks and build yourself a little home, or how does it all work?
Yep. Fortunately, I didn't have to build anything. We did have the porters who were amazing, but it was literally a piece of tarp on the ground, some sticks and a piece of tarp over the top, which I quickly learned doesn't really keep you dry when there's torrential rain every night.
No, and that's the only reason that this show probably couldn't go, because Lauren does everything 5-star, so...
Hang on a second, Shane's the one who's scared of insects, snakes. Actually, sometimes we have a zoologist who comes in and brings snakes, and Croft turns into a tree. He just freezes and cannot move until the snake's out of his sight, so he would be the one who would be no good. But besides the animals, what other challenges did you come up against?
Well, we had to do things like climb up the middle of a waterfall. Now, my shoes...
like an easy task.
My shoes were slippery as it was, and I fell in the river like 2 or 3 times every day, pretty much. And we had to... I looked up, and that was my first mistake. I was like, there is no way I can do this. There's no way anyone can do this. And then I realised, well, people have, and there's no way back, and there's no helicopter coming to get me up there.
No, there's only one way, and it's forward or up.
So that was pretty much the most scary thing, is having to go up these places that you just think, if I drop, I'm dead. And knowing that you're clumsy doesn't help.
So if I go for a run, just through the bush, down near where I live, just down the road, and I hear a noise of an orangutan, what would that sound be?
You probably wouldn't hear much at all, and there's definitely not in our bush, but orangutans, they don't really make much noise in the wild. You might hear a bit of a call. I don't know whether I could do it justice.
Yeah,
I don't know, some kind of, I don't know, something that sounds more like an owl, doesn't it? But anyway, something you might hear it, but mostly you'd hear the rustle of the trees, and then you might see them coming over the top of you.
So there's obviously plenty of orangutans in the jungle, but you know, it's not like going to a zoo where you get up really close, or it's not, I suppose some people would imagine that you're going and you're playing with them, but that's not the point, is it?
No, look, they don't want to be anywhere near us in the jungle, so you're actually very lucky if you see one, and so we actually saw some at the beginning of the trip and at the end of the trip. So when we were actually traipsing through the jungle, they stayed well away from us. And, you know, for them, unfortunately, there's not a lot left in the wild in some of the areas. So to see them is quite rare.
And is it true that they go to baby orangutan school?
It is. So we got to
so
see,
cool.
I know, it is pretty cool because there's a lot of baby orphans and so they need to be taught how to be an orangutan. They're like a baby, really. When an orangutan is born, they have no survival instincts. They don't know how to feed themselves. They don't even know how to walk.
So they normally learn it from their mother?
Yes. They stay with their mum till they're 6 years old, and so that's why it's really important. What they'll do is they take them to orangutan baby school, they put them in wheelbarrows and off they go, and they head into the jungle and they learn how to climb trees, they learn how to eat, and basically they learn how to be an orangutan.
And how can people at home help out or get involved, because the next one is happening really soon?
That's right. It's everyone's heading off on World Orangutan Day, which is the 19th of August. Now, the main thing that people can really do is they can be aware about what's in their products. So palm oil is leading to a loss of the forests over there. So being aware about where palm oil in products comes from, responsibly produced palm oil is great. And also, you know, helping support groups like the Orangutan Project and the work that they're doing.
Well, you're doing a wonderful job, and your documentary is on today as well.
That's right, very exciting. 3 o'clock this afternoon on 9.
3 o'clock on Channel 9. Do not miss it. It is an amazing documentary. We have seen it and it is unbelievable. And it's amazing work that you've done as well and that everyone does to help save the orangutan. So get involved where you can and make sure you tune in today. Now, Lara, will you stick around because we'd love you to help celebrate some birthdays with us. Shane is going to do his best monkey voices that he possibly can.
Would you like to go on another adventure?
Of course, why not?
Well,
we've got a bit of a
cartoon
challenge
coming up soon.
coming your way as well.
Okay.
So get ready for that. But for right now, we've got Adventure Time, which is coming up after the break.